I decided to upgrade from my Galaxy Buds 2 to Galaxy Buds 3. Neither of them are the Pro version, they're the base version. I will explain why I went for the base version and not the Pro version. But let's talk about the sound quality. The Galaxy Buds 3 is probably the best that I've ever had. That's what she said. It's of course not comparable to like a proper headphone or of course your speaker. But when it comes to in-ear headphones, it definitely is a head and shoulder above anything else I had, including the Galaxy Buds 2. They went for a completely different design this time. It's not a square case anymore, it looks like an Apple one. And not just the case, but also the buds are quite different. This one was a bit more rounded, had their own design identity, and this one is more like an Apple AirPod with a stem on it, which is quite cool. I mean, the stem is quite useful in some scenarios, but the main difference is that this version, not the Pro version, doesn't have something like this, like a rubber to keep it on your ear. The Pro version has, but the base version doesn't. And the problem happens when you try to put it in. I'll show you. So I'm putting it in right now, which is quite nice, but you see, it falls off. And this happens all the time, that it falls out of my ears. Sometimes if I'm not super careful of like how I'm putting it in, it will fall off in the first 10 seconds. Let's show you. Like this. And yep. And like this, yeah. I know what you're thinking. You think that I'm not putting it properly, but I can guarantee you there are so many times when I was outside throughout the week, I was trying to test the new Galaxy Z Fold 6, and it would just keep falling off. And once it also went under the train, and I had to jump on the track to get it. It's definitely something that makes me nervous, especially when I walk. And if I put this one on, you see, it just doesn't go off. It doesn't matter what I do sports with it, I do everything, I run with the buds, and that's the reason that I bought this Galaxy Buds 2, even though the sound quality is better in Sony or Bose or a lot of other brands. I bought this one because it just stays on my ears, whereas the Galaxy Buds 3, again, not the Pro version, the base version, doesn't stay on my ears. It doesn't mean that it won't work for you, but I can give you a tip. If you don't know if you can return them or not, maybe don't buy them. Even though I can return them, I don't feel good about it because they probably just throw them out. I don't think you can really resell something that goes to your ears because of hygiene and everything. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I think it's the first time that I'm returning a Galaxy product. I always keep everything that I buy. By the way, I also buy everything by my own money. Samsung is not sending me any review devices. That said, if it does fit your ears, there are a few things that they actually improved upon the previous version. So the first thing that you can see is that there is a button here that was not available on this version. This button basically makes you sync with a new phone. I mean, for the Galaxies, it's not really a problem. It automatically detects them. But I can imagine if you are using another phone, maybe you want to have this option. The other things that I really appreciate is the fact that they have this color-coded left and right. Especially with my Galaxy Buds 2, I always had a problem to put them back. Sometimes, I put it like this and then I'm like, all right, let's put them on the right place. Let's take a quick look at the options that it gives you. Both of them have equalizer, but there's a difference. This one has just like bass boost, soft, dynamic, clear, treble. And the other one has these options, but also you can, of course, very granularly change the equalizer settings if you're into that. Then you have the boost dialog here. Both of them have the noise cancellation. There's a difference though. This one has the ambient sound. This one doesn't. You have to go for the Pro version. It's not a feature that I use, but it's nice to have it there. Both of them have also 360 audio if you want to record 360 and not just like from the same direction. This one has the feature called boost dialog. I'm gonna do a mic test. You also have loudness normalization, which you can turn on and off. That would be quite cool. And you have some advanced features like the ultra high quality UHQ, and also you have super wide band speech. There's another thing that kind of bothered me over the years when I was using these ones. You can put them on, and a lot of times you have to push them in, and when you push them in, it automatically do a lot of different things. Like even now when I push them in, it has started to play the music, then the noise cancellation got turned on and off. It's just really annoying. When you want to adjust them, it gets really annoying. I think with this one, you have less of this problem, especially with systems. And that's a good thing, I guess. I'm sorry that I'm complaining a bit, but I have another problem with the new bud, and that's the shape of them. Like, let me put them in. If you look at my left ear, you see it's quite nice and clean. On the right one, the stem is out. Just from the fashion perspective, I prefer the one on the left. Also, it used to have a lot of different colors. You can put a fashion statement. For example, there was a purple one. The other day, I've seen a girl that had her hair colored purple and was wearing the purple buds. It was just a perfect fit, especially with the Gen Z and the new fashion and going back to having colorful clothes. I think the colorful buds was quite a nice thing from Samsung. It also gave it a character. But right now, it just looks like a knockoff from Apple. I'm sorry, it's just not my taste, you know, like, I'm sure there are people out there that prefer this design, it's maybe more modern, but I personally prefer this one, and that's why I was buying this one and not the Apple AirPods, basically. I'm now recording with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 using the mics on this one. There is no noise here. I think there's just like maybe a bit of a fan going on there on my computer, but overall the room is quite quiet. Now I'm recording a sound with the Galaxy Buds 2. How the sound quality sounds like, it depends on like what you're hearing. I'm not hearing anything, but we'll hear it together. And write down in the comments which one sounds better to you. Now I put a really loud fan here on. I know if you can hear it, but I can hear it quite loudly. Now I'm gonna hearing lost on you, and I'm putting it on exactly 50%. I can hear the fan quite loudly. I feel like there is no noise cancellation at all. I don't know if it's doing anything, but yeah. There is some noise cancellation, probably, but I don't see any difference between having it on and not having it on at all. Alright, let's try the other one. I'm listening to the same sound, and I'm putting it on the 50%. And definitely the noise cancellation is better, even I can't hear my own voice. Honestly, I don't think it's because of the technology that is being used on either of them. It's probably more on how they isolate your ears. I mean, this one is the more open ear one. The other one has some tips, so it stays better. So if you're looking for noise cancellation and you want to choose between Buds 2 and Buds 3, I would go for Buds 2. That said, the quality of the Buds 3 is much better in my opinion when it comes to the sound quality. And probably it's better if you go for Buds 3. So I wouldn't really buy the Buds 2 over Buds 3 for noise cancellation. But probably the Pro version is better because you get the tips that goes into your ears completely and it will isolate everything. So unfortunately, I have to return these two to Samsung, and I'm gonna keep my Galaxy Buds 2. I am gonna give a try to the Galaxy Buds 3, even though on Reddit I've heard a lot of horror stories that the tip breaks down even on the first try. And I'm not quite sure if the build quality is there for me. It's a bit of a question mark for me why Samsung did it in the first place. I mean, they had something great going on, a great design, a character, a design language, and they completely threw it out and they went for a new design language. I mean, I get that you get some, volume rockers here. It's quite nice. The touch is nice. You probably get more battery on the stems. That said, I still prefer the designs on the Buds 2, even though it has its own limitations. The sound quality on the Buds 3 is much better. By the way, I got them on a pre-order deal together with my Galaxy Z Fold 6. There is a review that I've done with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 that is popping up right here that you can watch next. Thanks for tuning in to Tech Mo, and I will see you in the next one.